All that and more in this NFL Rumour Mill. Baker to the Pats. Number 1 pick Baker Mayfield is the new hope in Cleveland, but according to his agent, it could have been so different. Jack Mills spoke on The Business of Sports with Andrew Brandt podcast, revealing the New England Patriots were considering trading up to the number 2 spot. NFL number 1 pick booed by fans 042. When he visited the Jets, they pretty much said, "You're our guy if you're there." Mills said, "We had another team which is going to surprise you. Another team had said, you may get a big surprise on draft day, at no. 2, if he's available, and it was the Patriots. They had 23 and they had 31 and they had 2 seconds. We thought, that's gonna be a heck of a move, to get up that high from where they are, and of course he wasn't available, so we never knew if that was a reality or not. Whether you believe it or not, agents aren't particularly renowned for their honesty. It's fun to imagine a world where Mayfield ends up taking over from Tom Brady. Barrett to New Orleans. When the New Orleans traded up to number 14, putting up next year's first-round pick in the process, many around the league wondered whether they were looking at taking QB Lamar Jackson. They didn't, taking defensive end Marcus Davenport instead. But they have now secured themselves a quarterback out of college. According to both ESPN and NFL Network, the Saints have signed undrafted Ohio State QB J.T. Barrett on a 3-year contract. Barrett will join Drew Brees, Tom Savage, and Taysom Hill on the QB depth chart. J.T. Barrett. Source: APDEZ is great. I promise. A former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo believes Dez Bryant would be a great pickup for a number of teams in the league. There's a ton of teams he could help. Romo said, "One thing, I don't know how many teams will do their homework on it, but Dez is a good teammate and I think sometimes that might get lost in the way that the emotional aspect of things. If I was talking to any of the GMs or coaches, I would tell them he's not going to hurt the locker room in any possible way. He's going to come out and he'll be a great teammate when he gets there. I think he'll have a couple options here soon." Bryant reportedly turned down a deal to join the Baltimore Ravens, and has said he's interested in joining an NFC East team. Where will Dez end up? Source: AFPBIG. Ben lays down the law. Pittsburgh Steelers took Oklahoma State quarterback Mason Rudolph with the 76th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. And while there was speculation surrounding whether the Steelers had found their Ben Roethlisberger succession plan, the 36-year-old has made it clear that he has no plans to hang up the boots anytime soon. "If he's going to be their guy, that's great, but in my perfect world it's not going to be for a while," Roethlisberger told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. "I went and talked to Art Rooney too, and Coach Mike Tomlin, and Coach Randy Fichtner, and basically said, listen, I can't control, barring major injuries, barring things at home, and things out of your control, the way my body feels, the way our O-line is put together, as good as they are, they kept me healthy as can be the last couple of years. I really feel I can play this game another 3 to 5 years." Steelers miracle walk 050 Earl Thomas and the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys want Earl Thomas. That's no secret. But according to NFL Network insider Ian Rapoport, the Cowboys were unwilling to stump up the necessary capital to land the safety. The Cowboys did try. Rapoport told NFL Up to the Minute, there were conversations between the Cowboys and Seahawks about a possible Earl Thomas trade, but the fact that the Cowboys would not really even consider giving up their second-round pick made it extremely difficult. They could have done it for a third-round pick and a lot more, but once the Cowboys said, "You know what, we are not touching our second pick," this trade was basically dead in the water. Rapoport went on to say that Seattle are now likely to work on a long-term extension for Thomas.